Hey everybody, got Danny here. How are you?
Okay, thanks for having me on.
Yes, so I do want to talk to you about Palantir.
Yes.
Yeah, I think
Okay, so last
yesterday.
time last time we talked about Nvidia on daily trend, weekly trend, and also monthly trend, and so our feedback has been quite positive. So in order to not to repeat Nvidia, so, let's pick up another ticker for discussion, which is Palantir.
Yeah, I think we both have a position in
Yes,
Palantir, and yesterday there was a possibility for S&P 500 inclusion, but that didn't end up happening. So we
yeah,
are looking at the charts and trying to see whether or not there are any,
yes.
whale behavior, any particular signs in terms of what we think would be happening moving forward. So this
Okay,
is
so
the daily chart. So go ahead, Dane.
Okay, so I know that Palantir has been your and my opposition in the portfolio. Um, but unfortunately, Palantir didn't join in S&P 500 yesterday. Actually, I have to make it clear that my daily chart only reflects the trend until market close,
Yeah.
which means that, okay, the post-market trend wasn't reflected on my daily charts yet. So that's why what we are focusing on is the price action until the market closed yesterday.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So as you can see, so let's find the candles first. So I'm sure that most of our followers are familiar with those candles. What do you think? Do you think that we have to go through a
Well,
very quick summary on how to read those candles in
I
panel
mean, I
one?
can I can basically just do like a 1 minute thing. The
Yes,
red candle
please.
that you see, like a last week, the red candle over here that you see, that's a buy signal. That's
Yes,
generally what you want to
yes,
see when you want to
yes.
go in. And the
Yeah,
few candles before that, that's the yellow candle, that's the sell signal. After a buy signal, after a red candle, generally you have the dark blue candle that tells you there's
yes.
a bullish trend continuation. And usually
Mm,
when you have a red candle, generally you have the light blue candle that tells you there's a bearish continuation until you see
exactly.
the buy signal again. So that's panel
Yeah,
one. Panel one also gives you the red ribbon and the blue ribbon. The red
yes,
ribbon are going to be more signifying a bull trend during this time frame. And the blue ribbon is going to be more signifying the bearish trend during this time frame. Now, they can serve potentially as support or resistance. And when print price get too far away from the ribbons, that's when you
mm,
really need to get worried about potentially getting back closer to the ribbon. The bars up here on panel one, those are the volume profile in terms of where most of the price volume has been traded, and they can potentially serve as very important resistance and support too. So as panel one,
yes.
panel
Mm.
two is another way to visualize panel
Yeah,
one, and
yeah.
panel two,
Panel
yeah.
two is
Go ahead.
just what I would call is the mimic of panel one. So in fact, in panel two, you will find the trend line, which is green
Hmm.
or purple. So the green trend line represents a bearish trend, whereas a purple one represents an uptrend,
Hmm.
which is bullish. Okay.
Hmm.
However, you will also find some small bars which are either green or red. Green means downtrend,
Hmm.
and red bars mean uptrend.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in panel three, I think what do you think? What do you think about the most important panel that we have to focus on when
I think
looking at
most
this
people are
chart?
interested in the
Yeah,
panel three data
yeah.
because
Different
that,
people
yeah.
have different interpretations. So what I would focus so let me share my insights. So what I would focus on is the well accumulation in panel three. So the more red bars they have, the better, the more
Mhm.
bullish the trend is. So this is what I'm really concerned about every day. I need to see a steady increase in wealth accumulation,
Mhm.
not a sudden increase in wealth accumulation, because sometimes the wealth can come and go easily. So
Mhm.
a steady trend is more sustainable, is more
Mhm.
reliable for us. So that's why panel three, I like to see a sustainable, a steady
Mhm.
increase in wealth accumulation. So if you focus on the last red candle in panel one,
Mhm.
so let's check. panel one, the last red candle, you will
Hmm.
find that actually that red candle appeared at around $21 for Palantir.
Hmm.
However, if you scroll down into panel three, you will find that there's still a gradual decrease in wealth
Hmm.
accumulation. Yeah,
Hmm.
can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, so people might be worried about this because so there's a buy signal. However, the whales are not actually accumulating.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
it sounds contradictory, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, so the second thing which I am going to focus on is the green bar in panel three, which is the retail accumulation.
Hmm.
So before the whales accumulate, I need
Hmm.
to see a sustainable, a gradual decrease in retail accumulation, which
Hmm.
means that the less green bars that you have, the more bullish the trend
Yeah.
can be.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my um, conclusion is that I need to see two things. The first thing, the gradual decrease in retail accumulation, and the
Hmm.
second thing, a gradual increase in wealth accumulation. So
Hmm.
this is the best combination
Yeah.
that I can focus on in panel three. And
Yeah.
remember, we don't have to care about yellow bars, which
Yeah.
represent daily traders. They don't matter to us.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like there's just been a lot of daily traders that's been coming in. I guess they've been trading
Yeah,
the S&P 500 inclusion
yeah.
possibility when
Mm,
retail has been decreasing and whale has just been steady about the same. So
mm.
yeah, that's what it seems like to me. Like if you just look at the superficial, you just look at panel one and two, yeah, there's a bull trend, there's a red ribbon being developed.
Yes.
But if you look at panel three, it's a little bit ambiguous. Like you don't really know,
Yeah.
which way it's gonna go. So what do you think?
Well, so in this case, normally, I would try to compare with the weekly chart so that I can
Yeah,
get a bigger picture, so that I can have more directions on how Panty is going to perform. So if
yeah,
you take a look at weekly chart,
sure,
yeah, that would be much easier for us to understand.
sure. So this is the weekly
So
chart for
are you
Palantir.
happy? So for example, are you happy with the weekly trend when you look at the weekly chart of our Palantir?
So yeah, I'm always happy, but looking at the
Mm,
trend, looking at the panel one, two, and
yeah.
three, they're both they all look very good.
Yeah, they look very positive, right? So you don't find any blue ribbon actually in panel one. So the red ribbon keeps developing, unfolding, tightening, which is replaced by another red ribbon.
Hmm.
Yeah, am I
Yep.
correct? So let me double check the dates. So actually, the red ribbon appeared from 17th March last year
Yeah.
up to now. So you will
Yeah.
find that the bullish trend actually continued for more than 1 year.
Yeah. It's been
Yeah,
happening. Yeah,
and
it's
a
been happening
quarter.
for a very long time, and
Yes, we don't find any blue ribbon. Yeah,
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 and then
but
between
of course on the daily chart we find some blue ribbon, but on the
right.
weekly chart we don't find any. So that's why, um, actually, if you look at the weekly chart, it gives me more confidence to hold this stock
Hmm.
for long term. Because
Yeah.
you and I are not the daily traders, so we don't trade Palantir for just a few dollars because we expect something big to happen in the future.
Yeah.
Because it has the AI theme, it runs
Hmm.
with the narrative of this bullish cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also I would like to say something more about the red candle on the weekly charts. So usually the red candle on the weekly chart is more reliable. As
Hmm.
you can see, every time the red candle shows up, there's a
Hmm.
continuation of the trend. Can you
Hmm.
see that? Yeah,
Yep.
and yeah, until recently, a yellow candle dominate the
Hmm.
trend. So as you will see, the red ribbon is actually tightening on the weekly chart. Can you
Hmm.
see that? Can you
Yep.
see the last yellow candle with light blue candles acting as a continuation of this short term bearish trend? So
Yep.
how can we overcome? How can we get over this bearish trend? Have you got some ideas?
I mean, right now, how can we overcome this yellow
Yes,
candle? I mean, price would
yes.
have to
How? Yeah. In
convincingly,
other words, how do we engulf this bearish candle?
yeah. I mean, price would have to be consistently closing above this yellow candle
Exactly. So
So yeah.
yeah. So this is what I'm concerned about. So first of all, we need to have the weekly close above $23.2. So actually, the highest points of the yellow candle, which is the bearish candle, is $23.2. So this might what price did it close? So actually, you will find that this week, okay, close slightly above $23.2. However, the system doesn't produce a red candle immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably something is still awaiting, Probably the system has to wait until next week and how these price actions form before the appearance of the red candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
actually, we retail don't try to compete with the whales as to tie the bottom because it doesn't make sense. The bottom can be further lower.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
we have to wait for them to do the accumulation, to finish the accumulation, and then we try to follow them for a ride. However, if you look down to panel 3, we will find that there's an gradual increase in the well accumulation. Can you find? So let's
Yep.
try to focus on the last 4 red bars. Yeah.
Yep.
So
It's
you
been
find
going
that
up.
actually, yeah, there's a gradual increase.
Yep.
I am particularly pleased with the last bar. So you will find that the green bars are starting to disappear.
Yeah.
It hasn't disappeared yet, but the green bar is starting to disappear. Okay, which
Yeah.
means I don't know, but actually it adds more bullishness to the trend, So every time, when I'm writing those analysis, so every time when I see the disappearance of the green bar, it's a time for the whales to push up the
Yeah.
price as high as they like.
Yeah.
So actually, the real soar hasn't happened yet because we still have the retail accumulation, we still have
Yeah.
the green bar.
Yeah.
And for the last two technical indicators, MACD and also RSI. So let's take a look at panel 4 on MACD. So we find that the last part. So for example, this week, the MACD is curving up. It's curving to the upside. So which means that it has been improving. And the RSI is also doing a very good job. So it's
Yeah.
actually curving up as well. And also it's not oversold. It's
Yeah.
not overbought. It's just
Yeah.
in the normal range.
Yeah.
So everything looks fine. So we're just looking for that catalyst,
Yeah.
and the catalyst didn't happen
Yeah.
this Friday.
Yeah.
However, when I'm checking the messages on X, it seems that there are quite a number of bullish news on Palantir to make up for um,
Yeah.
this
Yeah. Uh-oh. You still there?
yes, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Yeah. No, I think the thing is it always is a little bit worrisome for a lot of people because you did have a sell candle here. It did not have a confirmed buy signal yet. And we didn't really make an S&P 500. So a lot of people worry about selling the rumor, that might
Yes.
happen sometime next week. If you look at the trend though, it does look like you do have a slightly increase in daily traders on the panel 3 with the yellow. But you also have overall an increase in whale and a decrease in retail. So
Yeah.
maybe somebody knows something, in terms of what might happen in addition to the S&P 500 lack of inclusion on Friday, because you're really also looking at a trend, you're not just looking at one particular time point, and the trend over the last few weeks has been improving when it comes to retail and whales, ratio. So
Mm. And also one thing that I like to point out when I'm reading those candles in panel 1 is that actually there's a pattern, there's a rhythm for
yeah.
each stock, So for Palantir, so actually there's a rhythm as well. So actually when you see the red candle,
Yeah.
okay, so let's take a look at the red candle 1, 2, 3, 4. So around 3 to 4 red candles, and every
hmm
time it appears,
hmm
okay, so the continuation of the bullish trend lasts
hmm
for 3 weeks to 1 month.
hmm
So there's even a cycle of on reading these charts. And after 1 month, okay,
Yeah.
after 1 month, and the yellow
Yeah.
candle normally
Yeah.
appears, okay,
Yeah.
which we don't like to see. And the bearish trend usually lasts for 12 weeks, which
Hmm.
is around 3 months.
Hmm.
So if you take a look at the last yellow candle, so actually it appeared in early April.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes, in early April. So probably the continuation of the bearish trend will last for 2 to 3 months
Hmm.
before another red candle appears.
Yeah.
So and also one more thing is that every time the red ribbon is tightening,
Hmm.
the red candle comes timing, so comes at the
Yeah.
perfect timing,
Yeah.
which
Y-
prevents the development of the blue ribbon, which
Yeah.
represent a bearish trend.
Yeah. I mean, like if and we're going to get to the monthly too. Like if you look at a monthly,
Yes,
it
please.
is really is very, very telling. But like if you look even at the weekly, if it falls underneath the red candle, I'm sorry, if it falls underneath the red ribbon, it still bounces
Mm,
above, right back above it. I think the problem that we've had over the last few months is you have big giant resistance up here at 24.251. And
yes.
we've hit that resistance again. I think, really like last few weeks, we've
Yes.
been really trying to push above this resistance, and we just haven't really been able to do that. So, but yeah, we can look at the monthly. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the monthly here, and you can
Okay.
see a very, very different picture. So go for it, man.
Mm. Yeah. Okay. So on the monthly chart, I like the 3 layers of the support. So I would just call them 3 layers of the support because you also find the numbers next to the bull bar in panel one. For example, at the bottom of panel one, we
Yeah,
find a very long blue bar, 7.798. And so that would be the support level on the monthly chart, the first
yeah,
layer of the support level.
yeah,
Can you see that? Yeah.
yeah. I'm
So
pointing it out.
remember,
Hmm.
yeah. So can you remember um, when Palantir hit that level, price level? Let
I
me
mean,
double check.
you're talking about
I'm not
like
just
2 years.
testing your memory
Yeah, I mean, you're
and see
talking
whether you
about
can
two
remember this
years
price
ago. I think
actions.
the worst it was around like December of 2022. I want to say they had a
Exactly.
earnings and people got really
Exactly.
scared from it. So yeah,
Yeah. So the lowest price the Palantir did was $5.84.
yeah,
So anyway, so that would be the first layer, the support 7.798. So the
hmm,
first support. And the
yeah,
second layer of the support is $14.8. So
yeah,
remember, there was a time when Palantir was just getting stuck
yeah,
between 15 to 18 or $20.
yeah,
Can you remember that? So that sideways movements lasted for probably 6 months or 9 months. I don't remember exactly the timing, but anyway, the second layer has the longest bar. So
hmm,
actually, there's a meaning. Okay, so the longer, the better. So
yeah,
that means that the support level is very strong at
yeah,
14.847.
yeah,
And because the bar was calculated based on the past largest transactions between
hmm,
retail and wealth. So
yep,
that's why we find this level extremely strong,
yep,
very long.
yep,
Okay, and the last layer is $22.679. So
hmm,
yeah, so on the monthly chart, so actually a monthly close above 22.679 is very important for the uptrend to continue.
yeah,
Yeah, and as you will see, above 22.679, we don't find too many resistance,
hmm,
right? And even
yep,
on the right hand side, the volume shelf doesn't show us many transactions um,
yeah,
being done between $24 and $30.
yep,
So I remember you used to give a very clear description about the volume shelf between $24 and $30. It's all thin air.
yeah, yeah. You
I
just
find
need
the
to
bottom
push
very
above,
thin.
yeah, you just need to push above this current resistance zone, like
Yeah,
around 22 to 25. I would say that's probably
yeah.
where most of the resistance is located because you spend the
Mm.
whole year in back in 2020, 2021 at this price range. So this is going to be a very important price range to try to break above. And we've been
Yeah.
spending for the last like 4 or 5 months trying to break above of it. So
Mm. And also, if you take a look at the second panel, so
yeah,
everything looks positive.
Yeah.
blue trend, the purple line, and also the red bars, and
Yeah.
panel three. So we find the well accumulation. We find
Yeah.
um, how many percent? Let me check. So 58.004%. It still
Yeah.
makes logical sense. Yeah.
Yeah. And the retail have also been gone
Yes.
down to for the
Yeah.
month of for the month of June. So it looks like it's
11.3%. Okay, very
yeah.
small percentage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything looks positive for Palantir
Yeah.
for the time being. Yeah. So we need more catalyst.
Yeah.
So
I
even
mean,
though it didn't join in S&P 500, there are still many catalysts.
yeah. I mean, I would expect people probably end up selling the news a little bit
Mm,
on Monday, but
mm,
like there seems to be very strong support around like 22.6 somewhere around there. So we might end up getting a little bit of a sell-off, may even go underneath for
mm,
that, but that probably end up being like a pretty decent support overall for like a longer term time frame is what my
mm,
guess is. But it's hard to say for sure. I mean,
mm.
we can talk a little more about on space on tomorrow. Yeah.
Sorry?
Or we can talk a little bit more about on space tomorrow. Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we just give Glacier and just
Yeah.
the chance.
Yeah, I know. But so far I think like based on looking at the higher time frame, you're not
Yeah.
really that worried. It still looks
Yes.
positive.
Yeah.
Just like Nvidia, if you look at the
Normally, yes.
monthly candle, it's been very, very accurate. So,
Exactly.
yeah, if you saw the last sell candle in 2021, that really is when you're supposed to sell. So so yeah, I mean like the last red candle really tells you that yeah, price went from like the 20s all the way down to like $5. So the monthly
Mm,
chart is still extremely accurate for your system. So
mm.
yeah, and there are
So
no signs
and
that
also
there's
on the
good.
monthly chart, so actually one more thing to add before I
Yeah,
forget. So I like the symmetrical pattern.
yeah,
So if you take a look at the price action, so actually it went down, Palantir went down from 45 to $5, and then it was rising. It was rising gradually from
yeah,
5.8 to 20 something. So actually, this mirrors the price actions of the previous bearish trend.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a very similar kind of look to
yeah.
it. Yeah. No,
So and
thank you.
also,
Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah. Okay. So did we miss out anything when
No,
we're
I think
talking about Palantir?
those
So
are the
far, so good.
major ones. Yeah, like the
Yeah,
month, just the bottom line is the monthly chart is still telling you that things are okay.
yeah,
So even
yeah.
if there's some short-term correction, and even if the
Mm,
correction is more than you expect, even if it goes down to like 20, 19,
mm.
18 or something like that, like
Better
you
not.
might
Better not.
yeah, I mean, like, hopefully not, but like, you can
Yeah.
still see like there's a very strong red ribbon that's being developed here on
Yeah.
the monthly. There's still a lot of support underneath. So if there's anything going
Mm.
down, like for the longer perspective, it'll still be a buying opportunity,
Yes,
right?
but anyway, looking at the really chart, I'm still
Yeah,
satisfied with the trend. The
yeah,
overall setup by the whales.
yeah. I mean, it still looks good, and we'll see what
Yeah.
happens Monday. I mean, I always want to be a
Okay.
little bit more
Yeah.
cautious, but
Yeah.
it looks good on your chart. So, do
Yeah.
you want to talk a little bit about Robinhood?
Yes, please.
Yeah, so daily chart of Robinhood. Thank you for sharing
Uh,
this. Yeah, so go ahead, man.
yeah. So there are so many fintechs. So Hood is one of the fintechs that I dare
I mean,
accumulate.
yeah, this is like the best one
Yes,
of the
exactly. So based
fintechs,
on the
really.
chart,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm always sharing Robinhood on my Patreon because I think that people like to see such bullish trend rather than bearish trend. So you know um, how should I start? So Bohut, so can you just share with us at what price you start to accumulate
I mean,
Robinhood?
yeah, so my cost average is around $12.
Oh,
And I
wow,
just haven't
amazing.
really, yeah, I haven't bought ever since. Like that was around Q1 of 2024. So that was just a few months ago. And when I look at the chart on my own system, I thought it was going to tick off. And
Mm,
I thought I was like buying right before the train took off, and it did. So
mm. I see. So if you take a look at the daily chart of
yeah,
Robinhood, I actually see the price action, which is the daily candle making higher high and higher low. So in
yeah,
panel one, apart from other than just looking at those candles, can you
yeah.
find the yellow line, which I draw to connect all
Yeah.
these dots of the candles. So
Yeah,
you
I
will
can see
find the
it.
price action which is higher high and higher low.
Yep. It's very,
Yeah,
very obvious. It's been forming a
yeah, it's
higher
very
high
obvious. Yeah,
and higher low, and so far forming
and
a higher high. Yep.
also one more thing is that after the appearance of the last red candle, so can you just
Mhm.
point out the last red candle
Yep.
for our followers in panel one?
Yep.
So you will find that all these dark blue candles um, continued the bullish
Hmm.
trend, and all these candles are above the red ribbon.
Yep.
Yeah. So such trend is really bullish, So they don't even come down to the apex or the middle or the lower part of the red ribbon to do the pullbacks or corrections. So actually, they just simply touch a little bit higher above the
Yep.
red candle. So that's why you will find that this stock is very strong. Every
Yep.
time, every time it goes down a little bit, there are people, I don't know who. So there are people who keep accumulating the
Yeah.
stock. Yeah,
Yeah. I
as
mean,
as indicated in panel three.
yeah. Not retail. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
sorry, I'm sorry. The wealth, yeah.
Not retail,
We
that's for
can't move
sure.
a needle.
Yeah. I mean,
We
like
can't do
there are
anything.
plenty of people talk about it, but like
Yeah,
honestly, I think the big institutions are really the ones that are moving the stock.
yeah,
So yeah.
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 So this why, well, and also you find in panel three, the green bars have disappeared for how many days? Let me see. For more than probably of 2 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. Like 3 weeks
Yeah.
now
So
almost. Yeah.
yeah. So
So,
totally amazing trend. And if you take a look at, for example, on the weekly chart,
mhm.
have you got the weekly chart?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's beautiful. I have it
Yeah.
right here, right in
Yeah.
front of me. Yeah.
Yeah. So every time when these red candles show up, I tell my Patreon members that you need to pay attention. One thing is that I can't tell people, I can't just give financial advice to people telling
Mhm.
them to buy or sell. I want them to make their own judgments.
Yeah.
So I share the information with them. For example, the red candle.
Yeah.
However, the red candle doesn't mean that you need to rush into the market immediately because you have to check the trend as well. You need to check
Yeah.
the whale accumulation.
Yeah.
Sometimes the whales can be sneaky.
Yeah.
They don't come okay at the right time. So probably
Yeah.
they will come a little bit later. So that's
Yeah.
why, and sometimes the red candle can be replaced by the yellow candle.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
But
example, yeah, yes, cats, yes,
no, but
please
I
go
mean,
ahead.
like so far, you have to look at a trend overall. Like Red Candle, really over the
Yeah,
last year to 2 years, like over the last few months, I guess I should say, has been really
yeah,
increasing. And the retail, the green candle has really been declining in panel three. So
yeah. But fortunately, the red candle has always been more accurate rather
yeah,
than inaccurate. In most cases. So
yeah,
I would like you to focus on the yellow candle, last
mhm,
yellow candle on the weekly charts, because
yeah,
sometimes when the yellow candle shows up, I need to tell my Patreon followers as well, and sometimes they are very scared. They ask me, well, is it a good time to sell whenever I see the yellow candle? And my
yeah,
advice is always calm down first. So let's check the trend all together.
yeah, yeah. The trend is very
So
strong. Like look at the red
exactly.
ribbon.
So
It's like
even though
yeah,
even though there's a gradual decrease in the wealth accumulation in panel three,
right,
yeah, it's still, the wealth accumulation still account for 87 more than 87%,
yeah,
despite a gradual decrease. So
yeah,
that's why normally I tell them that if you are long in Robinhood, you don't have to
yeah.
you don't have to be scared because such trend can be easily replaced by
Reverse.
the red candle.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. So that's why probably just take 2 weeks for the trend to be reversed
yeah.
and another red candle will show up. Yeah.
Yeah. And sure enough, it did, and then the whales, sure enough, they increase again over the last few weeks. So right now
Mm,
there's still no green bar down in panel three. So
yeah.
yeah. I'm
So
gonna I'm
yeah,
gonna put up the anything else on weekly before I put up the monthly. I mean, it's look absolutely beautiful. So
yeah, the trend looks beautiful. And one more thing, once again, the weekly candles are doing higher high, higher low.
yeah, you can see that.
As you can see from the yellow line, which I draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and panel two, the trend line is bullish, and the red bars are bullish as well. However, yeah, one thing which I don't like is the gradual decline in the wealth accumulation over the past
Yeah.
3 weeks. Yeah, but
Yeah.
once again, that doesn't matter at all. because the wealth accumulation still accounts for around 90%, even
Yeah.
though there's a gradual decline. So, you know, it can't be the same percentage every week.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are longer, sometimes they are shorter. But so we try to take a look at the general pattern,
Yeah. And if they're in like 90%, even if they could decline a little bit, price can still go up, like you can see
Exactly.
that.
Yeah.
So
That
yeah,
so
so
this is
not
what you call the divergence,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
the
ahead and move
divergence can
into
last.
go ahead and move to the monthly here. There's
Yes,
a little
please.
bit of more of a noise here on the monthly chart over the last like year or so. A lot of buy and sell signal. And
Yes.
yeah,
So actually you don't find the ribbon in panel one. Do you
yeah.
understand why?
Well, it hasn't been around for that long, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, probably. And also probably we need some more time, okay, to
yeah,
form the red ribbon on the monthly chart because the red ribbon on the monthly chart is the most accurate one
yeah,
compared with the weekly chart and also the daily charts.
yeah,
So that's why I personally like to focus on the red ribbon, especially at the very early stage when
yeah,
the red ribbon is just simply information.
yeah,
But still, okay, if you take a look at panel one, the red candle dominates the
yeah,
trend. Yeah.
yeah. It's
And
pretty clear.
also panel two, you will find the trend line has turned from bearish to bullish, the
Hmm.
green line to purple line, and
Yeah,
also followed by lots of red bars, which
yeah,
represent the uptrend. Yeah,
yeah,
in panel three, yeah, well accumulation,
yeah,
77%, which is not bad at all.
yeah,
And panel four, the two lines, this fast line and the slow lines are curling up, curling
yep,
up separately. Okay, which is once again a very bullish trend.
yep.
And the RSI,
Hmm.
let me check. Yeah,
Yeah, they're still all
not
pointing up. Yeah,
oversold. Yeah, neither
but
oversold nor
not
overbought.
overbought. Yeah, just somewhere in
Yes,
the
normal
middle. Yeah,
range, normal range. So
yeah,
everything looks normal. And also one more thing. Can you see the numbers in panel one, 9.156,
yes,
10.72? So
yes,
once again, all these are the three layers of the support.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I call them three layers of support because they represents the longest
yeah,
transactions being made at that
yeah,
time. So that's why we have a very strong base. Just not, a little bit similar to a Palantir,
yeah.
also having the three layers of support.
Yeah, I mean, it's already kind of broken out of the support levels from underneath. It looks like there's
Yes.
really not a whole lot of price history above it. You're going to still get into some resistance levels here and there, but it looks like there's a lot more room to go up based on looking at the chart.
Mm.
So yeah,
So so actually both stocks, the Palantir and Robinhood, have the momentum.
yeah,
Have the wealth accumulation, a decrease in retail accumulation. So from the perspective of technical indicators like
yeah,
MACD and RSI, they lean
yeah,
bullish. Okay, so that's why, well, instead of trading in and out, why not we just
yeah,
sit quietly, relax,
yeah,
hold these stocks until the cycle is over, or
yeah,
when we see another reversal signal, which is
yeah,
the yellow candle on the monthly chart.
yeah. Then we'll let you guys know. I mean,
Yes, of course,
it's
definitely. We don't.
yeah,
We want people we want people to make money, and at the same time, we don't want people to lose money. We
yeah,
want people to run before the
yeah.
cycle is over.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's more just a beginning of a bull trend, to be honest. I think a lot of people
Yes.
underestimate how far things can run whenever it starts. But right now, it just looks like the whales just started to come in. Retail is just starting to
Mm,
decline. So it's only
mm,
been going for like about half a year, less than half a year, actually. So
mm,
yeah, it looks like a very, very strong bull trend that might be developing right here. So we'll see about the
mm.
red ribbon when it comes. But
Yeah,
yeah, it looks great.
I will show you when the red ribbon comes up. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
so
but
perfect
actually,
timing.
personally, yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
perfect
yeah.
timing.
Please go
Anything
ahead.
else to say about it? I think we have another couple of minutes. Anything else you want to say about
Yeah,
Robinhood?
let me see. So once again, yeah, for holding these two stocks, we need to be patient.
Yeah,
We can't. Yeah, of course you can trade, but I won't trade. I definitely won't trade for the short term gains at the expense of the long term gains.
yeah, Yeah, I think both of us are in the same mindset. Like a lot of people really want to trade the smaller time frame moves that you
Yeah.
have, and that's fine. Like if your system helps them out, great. That's not really your intention, but if it helps them out, then that's great too. But overall, I think we definitely rely more on the longer time frame charts than the
Yes.
short time
Yeah.
frame. So yeah.
Mm. So anyway, for these two stocks, actually we are cooking with gas.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, we're both in both of these and we're very happy
Yeah.
so far. So we're gonna
So
we're
we're
gonna
just
keep
cooking,
on yeah, we're gonna keep on keeping on. Thanks, Danny. We'll try to
Welcome in
record a Chinese
surprise.
version, but
Yeah.
yeah, thank you so much. Yep.
Thanks a lot.
All right, man. Later.
Thank you.
Yep.